So, my dear Cancer, you getting today Sun and New Moon both in your sign. You can celebrate that the moon is dark, and you can celebrate that the sun is light, and that you have the stage for yourself. You are in the light and you are in the dark, respectively, and this is a very important moment because you can plant a seed. The new cycle of the moon is starting after the new moon, and whatever seed you're planting today will be growing into the full moon in 6 months that you have in your opposite sign, which is Capricorn. And so you, the 7th major arcana, right, is the emotional intelligence to understand that, to know that. And this is why I do the readings with the moon, so that you can really get back into your full power, because this day is somehow a mixture. It's like quite difficult to be in a new moon because it's empty. It's not visible, but you have the sun, and the sun is giving you the light and the energy to shine both sides into this world, right? To accept that both sides are here. And so the 7 major arcana is always the emotional intelligence, is the crown chakra, and to know that you have the power to bring to the people the Holy Grail, the love, the unconditional love, the authentic love, right? That doesn't judge or actually kind of like expects anything back. And so you're all alone here in Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. You are the Chariot yourself, and as a yoga pose, I gave you Ashvasanchalanasana, the Chariot. You can pull yourself with the light and with the dark into the success, the emotional success that you find in the light that is up here in the crown chakra. Your body parts are the lungs, and so here when we bring the arms up, breathing and inhale and exhale brings you here out into the summer, right? You are the summer. Now, for you, it's very good to eat carbohydrates, and carbohydrates that are not immediately digested, slow carbohydrates, right? That are like quinoa and oats, etc. A little bit better for you than the quick carbohydrates. So here you are, all alone, getting this reading, right? And we're gonna, of course, look at what the moon is saying through the High Priestess. Then we're gonna look at the moon through the moon itself, which is connected with Pisces. Then we're gonna look at the moon as an oracle card, and then we're gonna look at the sun also as an oracle card. So we have 4 stations, plus you as a court card, which is the Queen of Cups, and you're the 4th Zodiac sign, and as such connected to the 4th house. You are, as Cancer, the one that cares the most for the family, and as a 4th house, you are always taking care of the family and the home. It's very important for you. You make a home cozy. You make a home a home. And so the number 4 here is your number, is your birthday between June 10th and July 12th. Then is she your court card? If not, you could be the Knight of Swords, which is before, or the King of Wands, which is after. Look in the description below. I have listed everything all the cards, all the stations, everything that I'm using here is there for you. Back to the last reading, because everything is cyclical. Gemini Sun gave Cancer Moon the light when the number 1 is giving you a message in your reading. And I think you had a lot of ones in this reading, and I see here the Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups, right? And the 10 of Cups. So there is already 11 cups, and the 11 is the inner teacher, the inner wisdom that is coming to you. And so Gemini brought you a beautiful message, and today we're going to look just at you. And we begin, of course, with the Queen of Cups, because she is the court card. She is what you're living in this world, and she is experiencing the Sun and the Moon through the High Priestess, the intuition, right? And also through the Moon as Pisces. One more thing is that on 3rd of July, Venus in Cancer, which is the 2 of Cups, is in a triangle to the 8 of Cups. And what's interesting is that altogether that's 10 cups. And the trigon, or the triangle, Venus in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces, is letting you know that sometimes we need to do things on our own so that we can emotionally evolve. A relationship brings us a happiness, an excitement, but sometimes we also need to move on, because you can see here the heaviness of a decision making, right? Saturn is the world, and Pisces is the Knight of Cups. He is carrying the cup out. He is bringing the love out. And so sometimes we need to move on from something that just doesn't work anymore, or we do just need to do things a little bit on our own to get a fresh new energy towards our partner. We're reading to the left because this is your last reading to the left. After that, you're going back out again to the full moon. So we begin here with the Queen of Cups, and what is coming is the 2 of Wands, which is Mars in Aries. And Mars is taking action in such a way that 2 wands cross, and it looks like there are 4. 2 is then the antidote to here the 2 of Cups, Venus in Cancer, which is in a triangle to Saturn in Pisces. And so when you take actions, you understand that there is the empirical energy, Mars in Aries, that is pushing you, that you can get sometimes a little bit too emotional. So the 4 and the 2 is a 6, and the 6 is the Lovers. The 6 is finding deep within you love that is generated by yourself and not by your partner. And so the 2 of Wands is literally saying, take action, do what you need to be doing, because here you are creating something important. Then comes the High Priestess, and here comes the Emperor. And so Mars in Aries, and now Aries, the Emperor here as a major arcana, is facing the 2 of Wands. And like I said, 2 of Wands is taking action such that you see that your intuition is bringing you the Emperor. So there's a 2 and a 4, again a 6. So you have already twice the 6. And you understand that the 6 is the Lovers, is Gemini. And so here, learn to take action in the outer world. Now what's really important is that you understand when you look at this card, this is the Hermetic Tarot, which I dedicated for the High Priestess, because she's the black and white pillar. And these are black and white cards, right? When we look at the card, we see that he's facing to the right. But when you want to become the card, you look down, he's facing the left. And so whatever he is taking action to the outer world, to the Two of Wands, is eventually also needed to be experienced within. So here the 6 is coming. What is the Mother Peace Tarot saying? The 7 of Wands facing to the right are coming up. So now you have 7 and 2 wands is 9 wands. And the 9 is a completion. And the 7 of Wands is, like you see, she needs to show to the other priestess that she can lead them. That's what the 7 of Wands is. And the 7 of Wands, we know it's the constellation Mars in Leo, Mars in Aries. Now comes Leo and says, well, now you be tested. Then you have 9 wands. And 9 wands is, like I said, the completion. So here the 4 and the 7 is the 11. And the 11 is the inner wisdom. The 11 with the 2, if I calculate it together, it's the 13. There's a transformation in the way you leading your intuition forward and show to the world that you can take action, that you can do it, that you're not just emotional and that you're just always drowning in your own emotions and you're always there for others. No, you also can take action. So here this Aries is here to push you, to push your buttons in the way you work with your intuition. And so the 13 turns into a 4 and the 4 is here. Then I wanted to see what the Thoth Tarot is saying. Here comes the Prince of Pentacles. And this is Taurus. Taurus is bringing you a leading energy of the financial, the Venus, love and finances. And it's almost like he's behind him in the way he goes out. And like you see, we're going to the left because we're going now deep into the new moon. You see that something here is talking. The 2 with the 2 of the High Priestess is the 22. The 22 is Uranus, and Uranus is the Fool in the Tarot. And so the Fool is saying, take this step. Take a step, be a leader, show what you can do, and you can do it. Because here's a 22 and here's an 11. And so here's a 2 too, so we have 3 times the 2 and the 11. Very mystical, the signs that are here coming to you. But when we calculate all this together, right, we get the 4 and the 2 is the 6 and the 7 is the 13. The 13 is the 4 is left. And so understand that the 4, that here this Aries is literally saying something important to you. And you need to listen, right? That's why we do these readings. Then comes here from Osho Tarot, the 7 of Cups, the illusion that's connected with Venus in Scorpio. And Scorpio is the transformation. And so the moon here, the moon card itself, which is also connected with Pisces, right? We are looking at this illusion. And sometimes we see more than one person. We project ourselves. Venus, again, right, which is in Scorpio. Venus is the illusion that we have. and that we need to break free. And I wanted to see what is the mother piece tarot bringing, and it's the Shaman of Discs to the right. And guess what? The Shaman of Discs came already here as the King of Pentacles. You have twice Taurus coming here. So a Taurus is important. He's pointing in this illusion card to the action card. And he's the 2, so there's a 2-2. And the 7 and the 2 again is a 9. And so what is bringing you to Thoth Tarot is the 8 of Wands, which is Mercury in Sagittarius. The 9 and the 8 is the 17, which is the star, which is then again ruled by Uranus. And so here you have 8 wands, 2 wands is 10 wands, and 7 is 17 wands. And that's again Aquarius, the star. To be a star takes work to actually recognize when is something an illusion and when is something good. And so here we have, of course, the 18, which turns into a 9, right? But the 9 gives itself up, so we can just calculate here. The 8 and the 2 is a 10, and the 7 is the 17. The 8 is left. Infinite are the stories of how we think we know emotionally what's going on, and we don't. Things can happen really fast in the 8 of Wands, because the 8 of Wands is connected with Mercury in Sagittarius, and Mercury is the magician in the tarot. And so the magic comes sometimes really fast to unlock what is here, an illusion, maybe here with Taurus. So that's the message here through the moon. Now we're going to look at the moon itself through here, right? The oracle card, and you get the 25, the Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. The 20 is the last judgment, which is Pluto in the tarot, right? And so the 20 is bringing you an understanding that there is a calling that you need to rest and renew. The 5 here, the 5 senses, rest them. Also the Hierophant, which came here as Taurus, the King of Pentacles, and here the Shaman of Discs. And he has an eagle that he consolidates so that he knows what actions can he take, the 22, remember. And so the 7 is coming here and letting you know, rest. Rest in this new moon. Do your meditation. Understand what is coming through here, because when you rest, you really rest, and we get from the Mother Piece Tarot Scorpio. So Scorpio came through the 7 of Cups, which is Venus in Scorpio. And so Scorpios come here as the Death card. And sometimes the Death card can really be a death, particularly when it says here the Garden of Venus. So you take a rest of Venus in Scorpio, of this illusion thing, of this I'm projecting things and the other one projects things onto me. Very interesting, right? And so Scorpio, the Death card, the 13, which turns into a 4, the 7, then we see here that the 11 is appearing again. So so you're learning something very powerful here of letting go. And if it's really a death, then the person is resting here in the garden of Venus. Beautiful. And remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So here we see, right, that the shaman is getting the information from the eagle, which is always then the magician, right? Mercury, remember, in Sagittarius, the vast information is coming to you. And then here comes the Empress. And the Empress is looking at the garden of Venus, and guess what? The Empress is Venus in the Tarot. The 3 is in here in the 13. We get the 4, and the 7 is the 11, and the 3. The 3rd of November or the 11th of March could be a date. But she's looking at this. And so here we have a clear message that there is a new energy wanting to be born. Someone left and something new is coming. And it's beautiful. It's not scary, because you can see how the skeleton is formed around this tree and becomes the tree. And the V shape here is kind of like the 5, which is then again the 5 senses. We let go of the 5 senses, the Roman 5. So that's here, right, through the moon, the new moon, the message. Now we go to the sun, and the sun is bringing you the alchemy, the magic, and the 43. The 4 we had here, the Emperor. And the 3, we have the Empress. So there is a direct link here when the 2 come together, and they're not projecting anymore the 7, calculated together the 7, then they can create magic and bring true love out into the world. What is saying the mother piece tarot? It's the 17. The star is reversed. Somehow you don't have the strength to be here in this magical place. The 7 and the 17 is the 24. The 6 appears. And the 6 is the lovers. And the 6 came here with the 2 and the 4. So the 6 is love yourself, then everything can appear the way it's supposed to appear. And that's what the message is, right? The 6 is saying, hey, you gotta love yourself and not project that your partner needs to be this or needs to be that, and using the healing hands to do such. And I wanted to see what brings Thoth, and it's the 7 of Cups again. So we have a 7, 7, and the 7 is in the 17. Learn to not get attached, right? Learn that the sun is bringing you personality. The sun is the 19, and the 19, of course, the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit become the 10, and the 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. The sun is this expanding out, wanting to be out there. And so you see here that the 17 and the 7 is the 24, the 24 and the 7 is the 31, and the 31 plus the 10 is the 41, the 5 is left. And so you understand that the 5 senses are what sometimes block you, the 5 senses are what make you project, go into illusion. But remember, this 7 is connected indirectly to your 7 as a success. Don't make the success the important goal in your actions. Allow the healing to be talking for itself, and don't talk about it, how amazing you are. Just be what you are and see the success there through the sun, that you can now shine the healing out, right? And that you took this serious as a big transformation, because then you can create new things. Remember, here the Empress is coming, so you can create and give birth to new things if you don't get stuck in the Seven of Cups, in the projection, in the illusion, right? And so 7 cups and 7 cups are 14, and 14 is temperance. Come into your balance, and the 5 is left here as well. So you see that here, this is letting you know that you take action and the energy will follow and will help you to go out again so that you can heal. But right now it's you go deep within the last time, and then the path is going out. Remember, you don't need to be a star. You just need to be you, and everything will come to you. I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the Sun in Leo. We have Mars in Leo. And I wish you a beautiful new moon ceremony for yourself. Plant a seed, plant an idea that will grow into the full moon. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.